Howdy folks, I'm Brian and here's some Reddit. Our first letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not wanting to be around my girlfriend's little sister and causing a rift in the family? I met my girlfriend when we were 11. We were on the same basketball team, so I met her family at games. Her sister Sammy was 8 back then, and I guess her family used to like teasing that she had a little crush on me and she'd get shy whenever I hung out with them. They made jokes about me being her little boyfriend. Then we got together when we were 13, so the whole Sammy crushing on me got more obvious. Everyone in her family says it's cute. Sometimes Sammy would come with us to the movies and I'd buy them stuff. Whenever I go with her family anywhere, Sammy always wants to sit next to me or on my lap. Never said anything back then since she was a little kid and it didn't mean anything. Now she's 15, and it feels like the crush has gotten worse, to a point where it's awkward and uncomfortable for me. She doesn't hide that she gets jealous of my girlfriend when I'm at their place, and it's like she's glued to me. She gets mad if we want to be alone in my girlfriend's room, and she wants to go with us wherever we go. Everyone always treated it like Sammy being herself, but now it makes me super uncomfortable her wanting to be all over me sometimes and purposely sit somewhere she won't have the space to be near me. We just learned recently that my girlfriend is pregnant and we moved into our own place to get ready for the baby. Sammy straight up lost it when we told her families we were pregnant. I'm serious. She locked herself in the bathroom crying for an hour, yelling that she hates everyone. So yeah, with her reaction, I want to be around her even less. I told my girlfriend how I've been feeling uncomfortable with her sister for a long time and that I should have said this all sooner. My girlfriend apologized because she always thought I was okay with some of the stuff her little sister did, but she says that I don't have to interact with her if I don't want to. She also talked to her family about getting Sammy to start respecting my boundaries and to let it go with the boyfriend jokes already. They don't think Sammy is doing anything wrong since the crush is innocent. So they pretty much don't want to tell her to keep some distance from me when we come over. Her parents started coming at me and telling me to stop making a big deal and punishing Sammy for how she feels. I showed my girlfriend the text they sent me and she got mad. So now she won't go either until they get Sammy under control. But they won't do that. The whole family is attacking us, especially my girlfriend, and it's making me feel pretty guilty. They're saying I'm terrible for ruining things between my girlfriend and them. They don't get why I'm being this way. My girlfriend is so mad that she doesn't want to talk to them. They're saying it's my fault. Am I a jerk for starting this whole thing by not wanting to be around Sammy anymore? Alright, OP. This is a really tough situation for you, and I'm really sorry that you have to put up with this. And the thing is that it's not your fault that Sammy is acting this way. And Sammy has been conditioned in a lot of ways to kind of be the way she is. Her family encouraged this. Her family, didn't stop when you two started dating. And there's a lot of things here that are basically wrong, I think, on a lot of levels. So that's just it. Is like, they really should have respected these boundaries a lot sooner. They should have a long time ago told Sammy to stop and not encouraged her crush. And unfortunately, with things like this, if they go on encouraged, then Sammy might actually kind of get the idea that this is the way things are supposed to be. Unfortunately, Sammy has some very valid feelings, and she does, it's very difficult sometimes to control who you feel attracted to. And, she probably thought on some level that maybe eventually you two would get together. And that's, not necessarily an innocent crush. And at 15, she knows the difference between an innocent crush and, basically blatantly harassing you. I think that you're in the right here. I don't think that you should be in this position, and I think that, her family needs to learn to let this go and let Sammy kind of move on And it's difficult for someone like Sammy and someone in Sammy's position to move on if they continually reinforce this. And so, yeah, I mean, this isn't to excuse any of Sammy's behavior, because I certainly think she's in the wrong here, but it is probably a very difficult time for Sammy. She probably has a lot of hard emotions and feelings to grapple with. I think that Sammy has some really complicated feelings in this situation, and she probably is just very confused and very angry right now. And, honestly, that's to be kind of expected given how how her parents have treated this situation. And, this was going to happen eventually. And it's good that the Band-Aid kind of got ripped off now. Hopefully she gets over this soon and moves on and finds, a guy of her own. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. They let this inappropriate behavior go on for way too long and encouraged it by not doing anything and repeatedly saying that you were Sammy's boyfriend. Family and Sammy are very much in the wrong here. I agree, she's 15, that's too old to be acting this inappropriate. She's not far off from adulthood and needs to learn how to handle relationships, rejection, and everything in between. Alright, our next story is titled, Am I a Jerk for Not Answering My Ex's Calls and Texts While on Vacation? Had to go on a little vacation with my girl. We took a vacation to Miami and a much needed break from our normal life to relax. I told my ex about this trip a month in advance to give her some time to deal with her son while I'm not there. I confirmed with her 2 days before we left to make sure she had her plans straight while I wasn't there. She said yes, and it was all good. We stayed in Miami for 6 days. First day, I didn't get one call or text from her. Second day, I got one missed call, and I didn't bother calling back. The third day, nothing, but the fourth day, she blew up my phone. She called me 5 times in a row and tried to FaceTime me once. Miami has a 3-hour difference from LA, so we were at dinner. I blocked her phone number that night. Later that night, after drinking, I got the idea that she would try and message me on social media, so I blocked her on that too. Don't understand why she felt the need to blow up my phone while on vacation. I kept her on block until the last day and wanted to call her up to make plans to pick up my son when I got home tomorrow. The phone call didn't go that way. She had a horrible attitude, talking about how I can't take 5 to 10 minutes out of my day to tell our son how my vacation was going and to make sure I'm alright and alive. I'm on vacation to get away from my normal life, and I see him every day. A couple days isn't going to hurt him. Also, I don't want her to get the idea where I'm going to bow down to her and answer every time she calls me. I want to stand my ground. Wow. That last sentence. I didn't realize that answering people's calls anytime they called was bowing down to them. Alright, OP. I'm going to have to say that you're a jerk in this situation. And here's why I think that's the case. She was calling on behalf of your son, and you're right. She shouldn't have blown up your phone. I'm not saying that she was in the right for that. But the thing is that she was coming from a place of concern. Her son was probably a little worried. He probably wanted to be comforted by his father, especially if you see him every single day. And your son was probably feeling a little lonely and missing you. And calling him back and kind of talking to him for a few minutes out of your day wasn't going to hurt anything. Now, I understand that you're on vacation and you're trying to escape, your normal life. But that doesn't also mean that you automatically get to stop being a father. I mean, that's just not the way things work here. Surely, again, I agree with your ex in this case that you could have taken 5 to 10 minutes to talk to your son and just tell him that your vacation was going all right, that you were all right, that you were alive, because having your phone on block, might feel worrying, like, why can I not get through to them? Also, what happens if there had been an emergency? What happens if your son had to go to the hospital or was in a life or death accident or some other situation? You may have missed that. And I think that was completely inappropriate to block their phone number when that could have happened. And that's where I kind of feel that you're being the jerk here. Now, again, I feel for you that maybe being on vacation, you don't want your phone blown up. I can certainly understand that. But I think that this was just completely the wrong way to approach the situation. I think you approached it very insensitively. So, yeah. Anyhow, take care and good luck. You're the jerk. You don't get to take a vacation from being a father. That's a 24/7 job. What if he had been hurt or sick? What if he was just really struggling and needed to talk to his dad? You're a terrible parent. I'm sorry for your son. You're the jerk. She wasn't reaching out for her. She was reaching out on behalf of the kid. It takes 2 seconds to send out a text. Why would you go radio silent? What if there had been an emergency? Oh wait, your entire Reddit history is a saga of being a terrible significant other and father. Oh no. Oh no. OP, maybe be a little kinder, a little less terrible. All right, our last letter is titled, Am I a jerk for refusing to do my husband's laundry when I'm a stay-at-home mom? My husband, a 36-year-old male, and I, a 37-year-old female, have been married for 7 years, and we have 3 kids, a 6-year-old male, a 4-year-old male, and a 1-year-old male. I do 85% of the chores and 95% of the childcare because he works 50 hours a week, and I haven't had a job since last February. I've been homeschooling the oldest kids this year. I don't mind doing laundry that much, though it does pile up with 5 people. My issue is that he refuses to put his laundry in the hamper. Instead, he leaves it on the floor in the bathroom or next to his side of the bed. I have asked him many times to please put his clothes in the hamper. I've even put the hamper in the bathroom, but he will drop his clothes next to it. Wow, rude, beyond rude. I'm trying to teach our kids to pick up after themselves, including their dirty clothes, but it's hard when he won't do it. My solution was to get him his own hamper, and whenever his clothes get left on the floor, they go in there. He is responsible for its contents. I will only wash the clothes that he puts in the hamper. He remembered tonight that he needed to do laundry in order to have clean clothes for work tomorrow and got mad at me. He said I'm a D-bag for treating him this way. He feels that since I'm at home all the time, I should just get over it and pick up his clothes. But I'm not his mommy, and I don't want to. Am I the jerk for not doing his laundry when I don't have a job? All right, OP. I'm going to say that no, you're not the jerk in this situation. You know, the thing is that you're trying to teach your kids good manners and good responsibility, and in a lot of ways, your husband's undermining this by choosing to act like a slob. And on top of that, you tried to accommodate him. You even put the laundry basket next in the bathroom so that he could put his dirty clothes into it. But he's treating this small thing that might make your life a little bit easier as a major inconvenience. And I mean, sometimes, you have to pick and choose your battles, and maybe this is a battle that's worth fighting. And because this really seems like he does not respect what you do and feels like you should just clean up after him. And, I think that's not a good philosophy on his part. Working 50 hours a week does not give you a full excuse to basically do little child rearing and little chores. I mean, sure, you're a stay-at-home mom, and yeah, you should probably, if that's the arrangement you two have, you should be doing a majority of the chores here. But he should also contribute, and he should also help out probably more with the childcare than he is, at the very least, and maybe a little more with the chores. And that includes doing things that make your life a little easier, because it really is not fair to you to basically be his, his mommy, as you put it, and you aren't his mom. You're his partner, and you two should be working together. And by him doing this, he isn't working with you. He's telling you to do work. And I think that's just wrong. Don't think that's a good approach to a relationship. I don't think it's healthy. So anyhow, take care and good luck. Not the jerk. You don't even refuse to wash for him. All he has to do is put his dirty clothes in the main hamper. I'm sure even he can do it. That childcare division is sure something. The 50 hours a week he works are the same 50 hours a week you take care of the house and homeschool the kids. When he's home, he needs to be on the clock dad-wise. Yeah, I agree on that. This is not about his ability to put it in the hamper. This is about him showing her that he has the control over her to refuse what she is asking. Remember this guy whose wife divorced him because he kept leaving dishes in the sink? If he's anything like my father, this is also about control and showing that he has the power to do as he pleases. He thinks she should just pick up after him and do the unpaid, unvalued domestic work with a smile and without talking back to her master like a good bang maid. Needless to say, my parents are happily divorced. I think this person probably has some valid points here. This does seem more about power and control than it does about anything. Because, again, a relationship is about, mutual interest, is about working together. And this, again, it feels more like he's ordering her around and less like he's working with her. So, yeah. Alright folks, that's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider giving me a like. If you didn't, consider giving me a dislike. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.